And drift happens here. We've got Chrysanthopoulos from Greece. We have a new driver at the moment now entering the track. It's Mr. Bepsis Panayotis, TH on Instagram. He's about to go into the track with his R33 Skyline, carbon fiber. It's the first time he's racing in Athens Speedway, and it's the first time he's racing on the Kuma line, so it's going to be great to see what he's capable of doing. Woo! Off that car goes. Pits are almost full. All of the drivers are almost all here. We'll do a pit walkthrough later on, but now it's practice time. We're waiting for their next run. The cars are on the start line. We're just waiting for Mike to give the okay to send the next car down after the marshals correct the cones. And yeah, I wish everybody good luck this weekend. I hope you drive and enjoy and have a great time for the drivers behind the wheel. And let's see what happens. So for today's layout for this weekend, we are on the Kuma line. This is the Kuma line. They come in, they initiate behind the Red Bull tent with an outside zone. There's a no-hit cone right there. Then they come around the corner to an outside zone, which is right there. They transfer across the wall to an outside zone on the wall, as we watch now with Andreas Wax. Oh, right to the edge of the track, shutting it down as he realized he was going to exit. So we have the other outside zone there. That's outside zone 3. They come around. The judges want them on the outside line of the track. So the cones you see there are the cones for a guidance line for them to line up their run with the rest of the tires. The cone that's in the middle of the track is a no-hit cone. The same with the cone that's right there in front of us is another no-hit zone. So the judges want them running on the outside of the line all the way around the tires, all the way until the last cone, which is right there on the tire wall. Afterwards, they transition across the track. There's 2 no-hit cones right there that they must go around, and the other outside zone is there. So we've got 1, 2, 3 outside zone. 4 outside zone is the big one. 5th outside zone is those 2 cones there. They do another transition across the track to the other outside zone, which is across from there. And then across the finish line, which is just before the big television of the Athens Speedway logo. That's the layout for this race. Now we're just waiting for the next run. Andreas Wax shut it down so that he didn't exit the track into the dirt. And now we're just waiting for the rest of the cars to come. Sugar Racing in the chat. Sorry, Box in the Lab. Nice to see you back. Which track is this at? Yes, it's at Athens Speedway. Athens Speedway. On the exit of Decalia. Follow the signs all the way to the track. We've got Kyros Artemiou and Sandra going up to the start line. It's quite hot here today at the track, so there are not that many drivers in the track practicing at the moment, but they're going out in groups just so they're not waiting on the start line in the heat. Okay, we've got the next run coming. We've got Pepsi's. Pepsi's shuts down the run, must have had a slight problem. Pepsi's is racing for the first time in Drift Kings with his R33 carbon fiber Skyline, running an RB. Guys that are in the live, can you see the chat in the live and can you see this subscriber box? I was trying to get rid of it last night, but I couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. Oh, next run. We've got Andreas Wax getting zone 3 nicely, pushing the car out to the outside line. Could go a bit deeper. It's a bit shallow. Transitioning across the track. These are the first runs of the drivers, so I don't expect them to be on point just yet. They need to find the track, find the grip levels. But we want to see them. Έχει κάτι που γράφει σαν ναι, κατάφερα να το κάνω να φύγει. Θέλω να το φύγω γιατί είναι ωραίο. Το chat είναι ωραίο που φαίνεται έτσι ωραία. Ναι, τώρα να το σάσω, να το φύγω. Απλώς θέλω και το... Να το δοκιμάσω εν τούτο, είναι καλύτερο. We've got Sugar Racing in the chat. Hit him up on Instagram. He's making carbon fiber and carbon Kevlar products in Cyprus, and he has a beautiful rotary table which will be on sale soon. Hit him up on Instagram. Maybe you can buy the one-of-one rotary carbon fiber RX-7 table that he has for sale. Now we're just waiting for the next run. I wish there was... there we go. We've got Sandra from Drift Happens coming around the corner. Got Mike from Drift Kings here. The first part of Sandra's run was a bit messy, but after she got to the big outside zone, she started getting closer to the tires, so that was nice to see. But that was her first run of the day. Τώρα είναι πάνω της στην οθόνη. Pepsi's. Ooh, keep going, keep going. We have a few cars on the start line heating up their tires. Then we've got Kyros Artemiou coming in. Zone 2. Zone 3. Could dial on a little bit more angle. He goes to the outside of the track, looking really nice there for Kyros Artemiou in his E36. Ooh, a little bit of a straighting just across the finish line. On the next live that I'll do later on in the afternoon, I'm going to bring my tripod and you guys can sit here looking outside the window and then we'll just pan you around. Unfortunately, the live stream camera is here, so it's blocking a little bit of our view, but it is what it is. The live stream will be here later on. That's why I haven't opened the window all the way. I don't want anything going on the live stream camera. And I'm staying well away from it. Eftigios right here going up to speak with Mike. And then we go to the next run, which is, we have leading Andreas Wax, chasing, I can't see just yet. It's Sandro coming up behind him for the chase. Andreas Wax putting on a much better line just then. And behind him, Sandro trying to figure out the grip levels of the track there. Drift Happens has been at Aachen Speedway for the last 3 Drift Kings races, or 4 Drift Kings races if I've forgotten one. So it's nice to see her team out in Cyprus yet again. Then we've got Bartosz, driving a BMW with no hands, arms basically. Super interesting talking to him yesterday, telling me about the R&D that they did to build the car. He first started off with an R34 Skyline, but he was telling me in Poland it's very expensive to get parts. So he's moved to a BMW chassis, which parts are more readily available. We've got Kyros Artemiou going through Zone 2. Zone 3, he picked it up quite nicely on the guideline now to the outer edge of the track. Very nice run here from Kyros Artemiou, full throttle all the way around the corner. Transitions across the track. Could have been a slightly later transition to fill out outer zone 5 and then 6 and across the line. But Kyros Artemiou made a really nice run across the big outer zone 4. Φιάτο, έβαλα το τέλεια πάνω στη γωνιά. Και το like, το chat έκανα το πιο μεγάλο, γιατί άλλες φορές δεν μπορούσα να διαβάσω τα comments. Basically, I'm just talking to Sugar Racing, telling him that the sub counter that was in the corner, I've moved it out the way, and I've made the chat bigger so that I can see your comments, because in previous lives it was very hard to read the comments. Now we've got Sandro leading, Andreas Wax chasing as they come round to clip 2. Sandra goes off the track. Wax straightens a little bit for Sandra's exit. They keep going round now. Wax is chasing for the door. Sandra accelerates. That was a very action-packed run there. Sandra dipped the wheel off on zone 2. That made Andreas Wax slow down a little bit so that he doesn't get too close to her, because it is practice and we all want them to race over the weekend. He strengthened a little bit, then hit the handbrake, got back on to Sandra's doors, started to come around the track, but at the end of clip 4, Sandro took off and made quite a big gap. Oh, Sabas SP going off course there into the dirt. A little bit too fast into the initiation zone there for Sabas SP with his E36 Compact. Hey bro, how you doing, man? Nice to see you are joining the live. Sugar Racing, can you do me a favor, bro? Could you go and post it on your Instagram stories, the link to the live, because I didn't manage to post it. And if I post it now, I'm going to cut the live until I can do that. Just get the link from underneath YouTube and put it in your stories. And if you could write like Drift Kings Practice, I will gladly appreciate it, bro. Kyros Artemiou coming around the corner to zone 2. A little bit off there, but goes through zone 3 nicely. Pushes the car to the outside. A little bit of left foot braking there. Picks up zone 4 towards the end. Transitions across the track to outside zone 5, 6, and across the finish line. Andreas Wax coming around the corner now, going to outer zone 2, but could go deeper in the zone. Zone 3, he does it nicely, flies all the way to the outside zone. Very nice here from Andreas Wax. Controlling the car to keep it on the outside zone. Nice through outside zone 5, and that was a nice run towards the end of it. He needs to pick up zone 2 a little bit better. Now we've got Stefan Sorin Stefan Sorin into the wall. We've had a crash here at Aachen Speedway. I was speaking to one of the photographers of Stefan Sorin's team. He was telling me his suspension was broken in half. They welded the suspension back together again, and this was his test run. As you see, the test run didn't go to plan. He went a little bit too deep on the wall and clipped the wall. Marshals are fixing the wall now. There's scattered parts. There's a piece of metal in the track over there. A few other pieces that will be collected now from the marshals. And unfortunately, Stefan Sorin needs to go to the pits and fix the rear of his car. The good thing is the car is driving. It doesn't seem to have picked up so much damage for him not to be able to compete tomorrow. So I imagine he's going to head to the pits now and get the back of that car fixed up, so he's ready for the rest of the practice today. Marshall's on point right now, fixing everything, getting the banner up, and then slowly they'll clean up the rest of the bits that are scattered across the track there from Sorin's crash. Oh, holy shit is right, bro. Bro, we always have tourists in Cyprus. We're so used to it, we're not really bothered about it, to be honest, that much. It was a red flag after the accident. They put a red flag out just so they collect all the pieces that are in the track. A few items here and there. Now the track is completely clean. The tires are fixed on the outside zone 3. These pieces, the Drift King's marshal there holding the spoiler of Sorin. This is the thing, sometimes when these people run spoilers, if you're deep in the zone and your spoiler clips one of the tires, that's getting ripped off the car. So there we have Sorin's spoiler and a few of his crash bars I see, and a little bit of his back lights. Now we move over. I'm just glad that nobody was hurt in that accident, because it was quite vicious impact on the wall. Everything's back to normal now, and we push to practice. We should have a little guess in the chat. How many zip ties do you think it's going to be for them to fix the back of Sorin's car? After they fix it, we'll go and ask him and count the zip ties and see how many are actually on the car. I think it's going to take a nice couple of packets. Moving over to Savas SP with the E36 compact. Filling outer zone quite nicely into outer zone 2. Comes offline, runs a little bit of a shallow line round zone 4. And shuts it down. He must have scrapped off a lot of speed. Oh no, maybe he's shut down the car. Is the car okay? The smoke is coming out from the inside of his car. I don't think it's a fire. I think it's just smoke that's built up in the car from the drifting. But looks a bit weird that he shut it down quite quickly on the outer zone 4. Going into the track, we've got Eftichios with the E46, the orange one, and behind, I think it's Sandro from Drift Happens. Down all the way there where you can see the smoke, it's the burnout box for the start line. So they're heating up their tires, and then they'll drive towards the start line once they've heated up their tires. These two drivers are heading up there right now. Box, I don't watch Formula Drift, to be honest, so I don't know what predictions to say. I mainly watch Drift Masters, but I don't really watch the Formula Drift at all, to be honest. It's a nice championship, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything about it, but I just don't follow the American drift scene that much, to be honest. But I imagine James Dean might be on podium again. Now we just need to wait a little bit and open up the fridge, take my water out. All right. right. Moving on to the next run. Who do we have? We've got Kyros Artemiou coming down around the corner, pushing it to the outer zone 2. That was very nice from Kyros Artemiou. Into zone 3. Pushing the car out to outer zone 4. Very nice run here from Kyros Artemiou. A little tap of left foot braking right there. Could be a little bit more angle on zone 4. Fill zone 5, zone 6, and across the finish line. Best run of the day so far. Kyros Artemiou, that was a very nice run, bro. Keep pushing like that and you're going to be on par for a great competition tomorrow. We've got Porkelab with the E46 coming around. Could be a bit deep in zone 2, but zone 3 he fills it nicely. A little shallow in the beginning of zone 4, but now he's pushing it out to the outer of the zone. Transitions across the track to zone 5 and zone 6 and across the finish line. Porkelab was here as well for the last 3-4 years that we've been holding the Drift King Super Final here in Cyprus. Most of the drivers were in Ceres and they came with the boat to Cyprus. Now we've got Bambos Nicolaou with his BMW LS powered monster. Oh, very close, very deep in zone 4 at the beginning, but now shallows and comes off the racing line. Transitions across the track. Quite a safe run there from Bambos Nicolaou with the LS-powered BMW. It's his first run of the day, so we won't be too harsh on him. But he has a lot of experience as a driver. He has quite a few drift cars. He's got a S14 with a V8 LS. He's got this BMW, and he has an S15 twin-turbo. Sandro tapping a little bit of the handbrake, trying to get the car to go to the outside line, pushing the car. Needs a little bit more of a push to get to the outside line from Sandro, and she clips the no-hit zone right across the finish line. The Red Bull fridge only comes here on the weekends because Easy Sound. Let's just watch Ephthios run first. Ephthios right to the outer edge of zone 2. Transitions into zone 3. Very nice here from Ephthios. Running the outside line. Wow, what a run here by Ephthios. Best run of the day. Oh, a little tap on the wall there. Very nice run from Ephthios. He claimed a few tires on the tire wall right there with a little tap which pushed him off his line a little bit, which made him be a little bit shallow through zone 5 and zone 6. But that was a very nice run there from Ephthios from his first run of the day. Very impressed with his filling in the zone of outside zone 4. He might have tapped a little bit there as well now that the marshal is going to go pick them up. But that was a very nice run and very deep in outer zone 4 for Ephthios. Going back to the mini fridge, bro. Easy Sound, which is our DJ at Athens Speedway and for Red Bull, driving the Dodge Ram right there. He brings all of the Red Bull items that you can see at the track, and the fridges come along with it. So it's not always here. And I've stopped drinking Red Bull, mainly because of there's too much sugar, basically. So I'm on water this week, and we've got Peter with his twin-turboed S15, which is actually for sale. I heard a rumor that it's around 100 grand, but we'll go and talk to Peter in the pits later on, wearing his famous dollar-printed race suit and his ambulance-sounding effects that he has on the car. So nice to see Peter here in Athens Speedway for the 3rd or 4th time that Drift Kings have come to Cyprus. I love that car. I preferred it a bit more when it was in white, but even the blue and the turbo sticking out of the bonnet, it just looks so sweet. Another person who has a car like that is Bambos Nicolaou that we saw with the black BMW with the LS power. He has an S15. I think it might be an LS powered twin turbo with the turbo sticking out of the bonnet. But I think he's still developing the car, and we haven't really seen it race at Athens Speedway. I think I've maybe seen one run of the car so far since they built it. Got some FPV drones here as well this weekend. We've got Daniel's boys, I think they're down here on the drones. There he is right there, concentrating while he's flying around the track. And we've got a few more photographers. We've got marshals with us today. Oh yeah, baby. They're the guys that fix the track during the week, and they've been asked to come and help out this event, so they get to watch some cool drifting. We've got Porkalab with the E46 coming around the corner. Takes zone 3 nicely, but needs to push the car a little bit more to the outside zone in zone 4. Transitions for zone 5 and 6, but needs to push himself to get a little bit deeper in the zones, as that was a mediocre run. Now we have Sandra coming round. Feels out to zone 3, straightens a little bit of the handbrake, pushing the car now. Trying to find the perfect line around the Kuma course. Now we hear Bambos Nicolau with his BMW LS powered. Picks up zone 2, nice. Zone 3, a little dab on the handbrake just to get to the outer zone 4. Starts filling outer zone 4 nicely. Comes off a little bit off the racing line. Transitioning for zone 5 and zone 6 and across the line. I feel that on zone 5, some of the drivers could be at least 30 to 40 centimeters deeper in the zone. And yeah, a lot of concentration on zone 4. We've got Peter filling zone 3 with a nice angle. Is going for a spin, and he shuts it down. A little bit vicious on the angle there from Peter with the twin turbos S15, thus scrubbing all his speed and shutting down the run. Well, here's my ugly face. 1 second, guys. Savas SP with the E36 compact. Coming around, a little bit shallow. Needs to push himself a little bit more to get the outside line of zone 4. Dipping tires. Whoa, a little bit of rallycross there from Savas SP as he goes across the finish line from the field. To get the drone permit in Cyprus, all you need to do is get a media pass from Drift Kings, from Mike. And if you get accepted by Mike for a media license, you can fly a drone, but you cannot fly it over the grandstands, you cannot fly it over any of the people that are in the pits, and you have to talk between the drones. So like this guy's flying the drone and another guy brought an FPV as well, but they need to talk between themselves so that they don't crash into each other or like have bad signal to the drones and stuff. We've got Porkala with the E46 there. Whoa, very deep into zone 2 there. I thought he was going to come off track for a little bit then. Zone 3 picked it up, but a little bit shallow, quite close to the no-hit zone. As he pushes the car around zone 4, and across zone 5 and 6 and across the finish line. Got Alekos Hasikos coming up to the judging tower. Maybe he wants to speak with Mike a little bit. They arrived a little bit late today, so they need to do scrutineering and get their stickers. Sandra coming around the corner, picking up zone 2 very nicely. Transitions across the track for zone 3. She's on a much better line. A little bit of a handbrake to get onto outer zone 4. Very nice run here from Sandra as she comes round. Coming off the zone 4 just a little bit there towards the end. Transitioning for zone 5 and zone 6 and across the finish line. She's starting to pick up pace now. That was a much better run than the previous runs. She came off the line a little bit towards this part of the track, but she'll pick that up slowly as they practice throughout the day. Next car coming around the corner is Peter with the S15 twin turbo. He does a transition very deep into the line there, a little bit of left foot braking. Very shallow on the outside zone 4, nowhere near the clipping zone as he transitions for zone 5 and then goes across the finish line. can hear the drone coming in for landing. We're just going to wait a little second while the next run happens maybe, and then Alekos Hasikos crosses the track, and then we'll move over to more practice. On the start line there, we've got Bambos, Palarambos and Tsodas ready to go up to the start line now. We've got Porkela with the E46. Could be a lot deeper into zone 2, but nice through zone 3. A little bit of the handbrake. Needs to push himself a little bit more to get into outer zone 4 and fill the entire zone, because that's what the judges want. Across 5 and 6, he's getting them pretty nicely, but he needs to fill outer zone 4 much better. After the live stream is finished, if you want, you can head over to my Instagram account. And in my stories, I've put the layout where I use my bicycle and I show you what the judges are looking for and what the layout is. And there's also a picture from the layout in the briefing room so that you can see where the zones are, where all the the no-hit zones are. And you can get a little bit of a better understanding what the judges will be looking for this weekend for the Super Finals of Drift Kings here in Cyprus. At our only track in Akhna in Cyprus, Akhna Speedway. Got another run coming down. Who is it now? It's Sabas SP. Coming foot to the floor. Could be another 60 to 70 centimeters deeper in outer zone 2. Gets out of zone 3. Pushes his car to get to the outer zone 4, but it's not deep enough in the clipping zone for the whole entire clip. 5 and 6, he could be at least 40-50 centimeters deeper in those zones. Again, we have Peter with the S15 twin turbo. He's clipped the no-hit zone. First cone. Whoa, very deep into zone 3. A little dab of the handbrake, pushing himself into outer zone 4. Nice angle here from Peter, but I feel he could be at least 30 centimeters deeper across zone 5 and 6 and across the finish line. Much better run. Whoa, he's continuing the drift all the way until the next turn. He picked up zone 1, 2, and 3 very nice. Here, it looks like from where I'm standing that he could be another 20 centimeters deeper into the zone, but I could be mistaken, because if we stand on the opposite side where Mate is standing up there where the old judging tower used to be. Maybe he can tell us that he actually is on point. Oh, it sounds like Bambos, Alarambos with the pink BMW. Oh, very deep in the zone there. A nice run here from Bambos, Alarambos. As he transitions across the track, could have been a little bit more angle, but he picked out zone 6 very nicely there. Nice run there from Bambos, Alarambos, with his beautiful pink BMW. The marshals are off on a run with their brushes. There must be a bit of dirt in the track. There's a bit of dirt in the track right there. I can actually see it. Right there where they're stopped. When Savas SP exited the track, he must have kicked up quite a lot of dirt into the racetrack. And as it's right through the transition area, better to clean it up because it will force some of the cars to spin out. So as they're doing that, we're going to wait a little bit. I'm going to have a quick drink of my water. And I'm just going to put the phone down just for a little bit because my hands are hurting a little bit. I'm holding it. Robas, we'll put you right there for now. And as soon as the practice starts again, I'll start showing you the runs. guys are looking at the sky. Nagamura is entering the track, one of the oldest drivers in the championship. I think he might be the oldest driver in the championship. How's everyone been over the summer? Had a great summer holidays? We went to Drift Masters this year and we followed El Agogo from Riga to the Czech Republic to Ostrava, and then we went to Ferropolis. It was absolutely an amazing trip we had to Drift Masters this year with El Agogo. It was a lot of fun. I'm definitely doing it again next year. And hopefully I'll be with Gogo for all of the races. Now we move back to practice. We've got Sodas, Marios, Kyriakos, Sodas taking Clip 2 very nicely with his E46, getting onto zone 4, filling the zone very nicely on his first run. That's a very nice run there from Kyriakos, Marios, Sodas. Soda had a very vicious crash in Ceres. I didn't see the crash, but I heard about it. He hit a wall and the whole front of the car was dented and took quite a lot of damage. I think the Wisefab broke and everything like that. His mechanic has fixed it as best as he can and he's racing here this weekend. Bambos Halalambos coming into zone 2. Could be way deeper than that. His previous one was much better. He flies to zone 4. He could have been... No, he needs to be a lot deeper than that to get zone 4 and fill it out nicely like he did on his previous run. Oh, he claims the no-hit zone right towards the finish line. Now we're waiting for the next driver to come down to practice. The pits slowly are filling up. I just saw some more drivers arrive at the track. It's a Friday today, so a lot of people are working and can't really make it to the track because of their jobs and stuff. Oh, let's have a sit down in this nice chair. Oh. I'm just going to wait a little bit until the next run. At least it's nice and windy today, and it's not so hot, like in the summer. I don't know how... One second, let me just zoom out a little bit. I don't know... oh wow, oh, my lenses are a little bit dirty. We're moving over to Nagamura, the oldest drifter in Cyprus. He transitions for zone 3, gets on throttle, but isn't deep enough for zone 4. Zone 5 and zone 6 and towards the finish line. It is Nagamura's first run, so we're going to wait for him to heat himself up, get a bit used to the track to pull off a nice line, because Nagamura has a lot of experience in drifting as being one of the oldest drifters in the championship, and yeah, he can do much better than that. This chair is so comfy. Let's sit in this chair. We've got Sodas coming around the corner. And across the line for Kyriakos Tsodas. This is the first practice session of the Drift Kings weekend. Bambos, Halarambos filling out to zone 3 very nicely, getting his car to outer zone 4 and filling it up very nicely there. Lots of smoke. Alexis Haris with his 2JZ 960 horsepower S15, followed by Alekos Hasikos with his BMW E30. Who do we have coming up now? Takamura fills out his zone 2 very nicely. Through zone 3, nice. Needs to go way deeper to get the full of outer zone 4. Transitions across the track, takes out zone 5 completely. There are no cones left at all. He's cut them out of their bases. Marshall's going to have to pick up 2 cones for there to bring them for the clipping zone. Track is shut down now until the marshals finish putting back the zone. Now we wait until they put back the 2 cones. There he is. Taking the 2 cones there to the thing. There's some markings on the blue and white area. There's a few markings with spray paint so they know exactly where to put the cones every time, so it's fair for all of the drivers so that clipping zone doesn't move at all. It's done like this every time at the races. All of the cones are like that, even the no-hit zones. They have all been marked with paint so they know exactly where to place them when they get annihilated by the drifters. Now we wait. Track is now open again, waiting for Mike to give the okay to the start line to send the next car. And here we go. We've got Alexis Haris kicking it sideways, loads of smoke. Could be deeper in zone 2. Transitions across the track, you can hear the anti-lag. Comes off the line though. Doesn't fill out to zone 4 perfectly. Through 5 and 6, he did well. I love the sound of Haris' car. It sounds absolutely mental. He should have pushed the car from zone 3, pushed it a little bit more to reach out of zone 4. He wasn't deep enough there. We've got Tsodas transitioning across the track to zone 3. Could have been a bit deeper than that, and that hasn't got far enough into the track for zone 4. If he was deeper in zone 3, he would have been further back to reach zone 4 and start filling it out. That's what those cones are there for. Those cones there are guide cones. It's so that the drivers can see where the beginning of the wall starts, so they have a reference for the big zone. We've got Alekos Hasikos transitioning to zone 3. Around zone 4, but it's a very shallow line for Alekos Hasikos. Long pull of the handbrake to go across the line sideways. Who do we have next? We've got Celebis. Ambos, Halarambos. Ooh, very slow there. Doesn't have enough speed. He must be on the last His tires must be very worn out. He's already done like 3 runs already. You can sort of tell, you can hear the noise of the tires as he transitioned for zone 3. Alexis Harris. Very nice. Oh, he's going to go off the track. Oh, he's right at the edge of the track there. Pushes the car to outer zone 4, fitting outer zone 4 very nicely from Alexis Harris. Pedal to the metal with Alexis Harris as he pushed his car all the way to the edge of the track. I was positive he was going off there on outer zone 2, but he held it together. A few corrections though from zone 3 to zone 4 just to line him up for the massive zone of zone 4, but it was a very nice run that. A little bit of tweaks and that will be perfect. We've got Savas Ioannou heading to the start line with his BMW E46 running a Barra engine. It's the only Barra engine. I was talking to him before though, he's told me he's had a lot of problems with the Barra engine. It's so powerful, it keeps breaking stuff on his car. Alekos Hasigos E30 transitions nicely, but it's lost a lot of his speed from the pull of the handbrake. He needs to get way more into the zones to get a good qualify run there. So yeah, I was talking with Savas Ioannou with the Barra engine E46, and he was telling me that it's so powerful that it broke a drivetrain. He also broke, as he heats up his tires, he also broke a billet sump. And now he was telling me for future plans for next year, he's going to order a billet block and start ordering lots of billet stuff so that his engine actually survives a season. He's the only driver in the Cyprus Championship and in Drift Kings that is racing with a Barra engine in his E46. The car that was behind him was Kostas Christoforou with the S13 with the Shishalav livery. Kostas Christoforou has now moved from an SR20 to a 2JZ. So I'm very excited to see what he's gonna be up to this weekend. Looks like there's a few cars on the start line now. A few of them have heated up their tires in the burnout box and they're heading to the start line right now. We're doing a live for 2 people. But then the reason I do these lives is so that the drivers can go home tonight and watch it and see what their runs were like. Savas Ioannou, very far away from zone 2, gets zone 3 nicely, but he's not on the correct line as he goes around zone 4, transitioning across the track, completely missing zone 5, only picking up zone 6 there, and a long pull on the handbrake to cross the line sideways. We have Sandra coming around, hitting out of zone 2 very nicely, through 3, very nice. Doesn't fill outer zone 4 from the beginning, but is now on the racing lane, coming off the racing line and going back on for the end of the zone 4, transitioning across the track, picking up 5 and 6. Sandra just needs to work on a little bit. Her zones 1, 2, and 3 are looking really good. But from zone 3 to zone 4, you need to flick out the car, fly from zone 3 to zone from the first tire. You run outer zone 4 is from the first tire, outside line, all the way around the tires, and they can come off outer zone 4 at the cone, which is right there on the tires, so that they can transition for zone 5 and 6 and then across the finish line. Stefan Sorin, the car is fixed and he's back out again. That doesn't even look like he was in an accident before, so that's nice to see that him back out. I don't want any of the drivers missing this weekend, as it's one of the most adrenaline-packed drift events that we have in Cyprus. Alekos Hasigos coming around with his E30. Needs to push himself a little bit more. It's not deep enough. I don't think he's anywhere near out of zone 4 there. Gets zone 5 and 6 nicely. that needs to work a lot on outer zone 2, 3, and 4. We've got Alexis Harris coming in with a little bit of corrections on the angle, picking up out of zone 2 quite nicely. Into zone 3 with the anti-lag. Whoa, a little bit too much angle there, scrubbing his speed, missing out of zone 4 in the beginning, trying to fill it towards the end of the run. Flicks the car to out of zone 5 and 6. Oh, listen to that engine. Absolutely nuts from Alexis Harris. He did do a few corrections from zone 1 to zone 2, and then from zone 3 to zone 4. In this section here, he just needs to figure it out so that he can be on the outer zone of 4 all the way around, right up against the tires. We've got Chrysanthopoulos from Greece with his E36 coming around. First run of the day for Chrysanthopoulos. He shuts it down as he was going towards the wall with the handbrake. Oh, very nice for zone 5 and 6, but since he shut it down and then continued, we won't really count it. Very nice car though. Love the livery of Chrysanthopoulos. The bright pink and the shark on the side looks super cool. Welcome back from the supermarket box in the lab. I'm glad you're back. You missed a few runs. I don't know if you saw the crash before. Sugar Racing and Fees 77 on. We appreciate you. I'm so happy you do, bro. Nice to hear that. We've got Kostas Christoforou missing zone 2. Wasn't deep enough in zone 3, thus he won't be on the line, but he has tapped the handbrake to try and get on, but he hasn't managed it. Pushes the car through zone 4 as well as he can, through 5 and 6, but they all need to be a little bit deeper in all of these zones. But it is the beginning of the practice. We've got CH Loizou heading to the start line with his 2JZ 960 horsepower, running a BMW gearbox with a sequential shifter on the top. We've got Stefan Sorin coming round now, missing zone 2, picks up zone 3 nicely after his last crash into the wall, being a little bit safe around zone 4. Pop, pop, bang, bang from Stefan Sorin, his BMW Duracell powered car, and across zone 6, picking up nicely and across the finish line. CH Loizou heading up to the start line. Very excited to watch what CH Loizou is going to do. CH Loizou Garage is the J-Sport's main sponsor, sponsoring all of my drift builds and being a really good friend as well. Our other sponsors is SP Tires, Sotiris, supplying us all of our tire changes for free. Huge appreciation to CH Loizou and SP Tires. Chrysanthopoulos coming round for his second run of the day. Picks up zone 1, 2, and 3 pretty well, but very shallow around zone 4 as he flicks it far too early for zone 5 and messes up a little bit zone 6. Craig, is it you, bro? You know, I've never known that it's been you all of these times, man. Big up Craig in the chat. We had a lot of fun in the past. Oh man, we haven't spoken in a long time, bro. Remember when you raced here with the S15? Okay, who do we have coming down now? We've got Stefan Sorin coming in, filling up zone 2 quite nicely, transitioning across the track, filling zone 3 very deep there. Needs to fill out at zone 4 from the beginning. He's trying to get onto the racing line, but doesn't quite make it. Pushing the car 2 out of zone 5. Transitioning for out to zone 6, picking up 6, very nice, very deep in out to zone 6. He just needs to build up his confidence back up after his major crash into the wall. That will throw off your confidence at least for the first couple of runs after that until you get warmed up. And now we've got Kostas Christoforou with his livery 2JZ S13.5. Missing's out of zone 2, could be way deeper in out of zone 3, a little bit tap of left foot braking, threw him off the line, but he's fighting to get the car back onto the racing line of out of zone 4. Across out of zone 5, missing that. Could be deeper in all of the zones. He needs to push himself a little bit more than that, but it is only his second run of the day. We've got Panayotis Pepsis on the start line there with his R33 carbon fiber monster. And we're waiting now for the next run. Who do we have? Can't tell at the moment. It's Porkalab with the E46 filling out of zone 2 very nicely. Zone 3 is nice as well. Into zone 4 finally in the middle of the clipping zone. Pushes the track to the outer cone. Could be at least 30 centimeters deeper into zone 5 and through zone 6. I can't really tell how deep he is as it's the furthest away clip from myself. But the drivers need to learn after they flick it around the corner. After they come around the corner of out of zone 2 and they transition in front of the wall, they have to let the car fly all the way to the red guideline cones so they can enter zone 4 from the beginning of the tires. Chrysantopoulos flicking the car, pushing it. You need to push it a little bit more than that to get to out of zone 4. Nice angle, but he's not on the racing line. Transitioning across zone 5, picked it up nicely. Looks like he picked up 6 quite nice there as well. And across the finish line for Chrysantopoulos in the pink E36. I'm glad you're okay, bro. Me and Craig have a lot of past. Before, he used to be living in Cyprus, racing an S15. And yeah, great fun times we had, bro, back then. It's probably the first stranger that I'd never met before and allowed him to come stay at my house not knowing the guy at all. But when it's drifting, I'll help anybody out. So glad to hear you're okay, bro. We'll definitely have a little chat after the live, man. I'll be very happy to get a message from you, man. And yeah, I hope to see you sometime soon. Maybe you come out to Cyprus, or I'll head over to Europe next year with the van. Maybe we can meet up in Europe at Driftmasters or something. That'd be pretty cool. I didn't know all of this time that it was you with this chat name. Brought a nice smile to my face, bro. Now going up to the start line, we have El Toretto with his BMW E46 in front there with the X-Cars logo on the side. Behind him, we've got Takamura, the oldest driver in the Cyprus Drift Championship, and at Drift Kings round the Super Final. El Toretto is in semi-pro in the Cyprus Drift Championship. Takamura is in the pro category of the Cyprus Drift Championship. But today, for Drift Kings, there's only one category, and that's pro. Yeah, man, you remember we're staying in my apartment in Larnaca, and then heading to the track at like almost every day. A lot of fun, bro. Memories, man. Amazing memories. Got Stefan Sorin coming in, pedal to the metal, filling out of zone 2 very nicely. Transitioning across the track, the flick could have been a bit faster. He scrubbed out a lot of speed, missing zone 4 at the beginning, but he's trying to get onto the racing line. Wow, his car is so loud. I cannot even hear myself think when this car is driving. He shut down the run after zone 5. Maybe doesn't want to waste all of his tires. On the start down there, we have Andreas Wax with his 2JZS14, rocking around 900 horsepower. Behind him, we have Pambos Nicolaou with his Fast R BMW rocking an LS around 1,000 horsepower. We have CH Loizo there shutting it down, thinking he was going to go off track. Now trying to get back onto the racing line, but not having enough speed since he shut it down in zone 2. Quite shallow around zone 4. But it's the first run for CH Loizo. Picks up zone 5 and 6. Quite nice though. But he didn't have enough speed to fill out outer zone 4 as he shut it down between 2 and 3. What's that smell? I think it's 5-star tires. We've got Porkalab with the E46 coming in. A few corrections on the angle though. Completely missing zone 2. Comes into zone 3. Could have been a bit deeper. That has pushed him away from outer zone 4. But he's pushing and pushing. Pick up. Whoa! Through the dirt goes Porkalab. annihilating one of the cones in outer zone 5. Imagine I'm sitting inside this little box. Right, let's zoom out a little bit. I'm in here. I'm not really in the sun, and I am sweating like hell. And it's not even that hot this weekend. Like in the summer in Cyprus, it's like 45 degrees, and we do drift racing in 45 degrees. We try to do night races, but you still have to practice in the day, and it's boiling. Today it's way cooler than that, but it's still packing some heat, the sun. Peter going up to the start line with his S15 twin turbo with the beautiful turbos sticking outside the bonnet. I wish more drivers did that. It looks so cool. I imagine having the turbos on the outside of your bonnet, though, you must suck up quite a lot of smoke from the drivers in front of you. We've got CH Loizu coming round again. No, we don't. Cancel that. I thought it was the green of CH Loizu, but it's actually, in fact, Kostas Sparsis from LC Racing with his R32 with an R34 front end running an RB engine. Sorry about that mix-up, but the front of Christos' car and Kostas Sparsis' car is green, and because I couldn't see the car that well, I thought it was CH Loizu. Nice to see Kostas Sparsis here because he wasn't here in the morning. Next car coming around the corner. Whoa, a bit too fast from Pepsi's there. Goes off the track a little bit. No damage though. And if you ever go off track, what I would do if I was these drivers, instead of driving the line that he's driving now, say I came off the track there, I would continue driving if I'm shutting down the line and I'm not going to drift. I would continue driving, but drive on the racing line so your brain knows and gets used to you being on the outside zone. Now we have CH Loizu. Could have been at least 30 to 40 centimeters deeper in outer zone 2, but picks out outer zone 3 very well. Getting onto outer zone 4, coming off outer zone 4 and getting back on again. Yeah, he needs to do a little bit better there from CH Loizu. He didn't claim outer zone 5. He got 6, but he needs to fill up outer zone 4 nicely. We had a little bit of a mishap with CH Loizu last year. On one of his twins, he did a strike and took out most of the tires. So he's probably a bit wary of that. Porkalab coming in again with his E46. Doesn't get into outer zone 4 from the beginning. More or less 3/4 of outer zone 4. A little bit correction to the angle there towards the end. Transitioning for 5 and 6 very nicely. I think he might have missed 6 though. He looked like he was a little bit shallow as he crossed over 6. If I do a live today and a live tomorrow for the practice only, the main event is going to be on Drift King's YouTube channel. I can't film during the live, obviously. I will not have a voice by tomorrow. El Toretto picking up zone 3 very nicely, getting onto outer zone 4. Very nice from a semi-pro driver. El Toretto comes slightly off the racing line of zone 4, but picks up 5 very nice and picks up 6 nice. A very nice run considering El Toretto is racing with pro drivers. He's in the semi-pro class. That was a very nice run from him. Very proud of El Toretto. We've got Dagamura. Car looks like it's bouncing a little bit. Wow, to the edge of the track. Fills zone 3. Pushes the car. Doesn't get to zone 4 until about that section right there. Comes off the line a little bit. Flicks the car across the last 2 zones. Here we've got Drift King's Mike, the owner of Drift King's, going down the stairs right there. With Adam, our judge this weekend. We also have another judge from Greece this weekend. Now we've got Peter coming in, filling zone 2 very nicely. A little bit of a straighten in the transition to outer zone 3. Picks up a nice, very nice Peter. Go, baby. Nice angle around outer zone 4 as he transitions and gets 5. That was sick, bro. I thought he was... Oh, no, he did. He was a bit too deep. He clipped just a few of the cone of the tires just after the beginning part of the wall. So, the wall begins right there. He was super deep though for out of zone 4. That was really exciting to watch. I need to talk with Mike and see, do they get deductions for tapping some of these tires off the wall? We need to find that out a bit later on. Hello from Gokinohoria. Hello! The red villages are over there. Why are they called the red villages? Because the soil is red for potato growing. Probably all over the world you're eating Cyprus potatoes and they come from these villages, the red villages. Nice to see you on the live. We're here at Akhna Speedway. It's Drift Kings, the super final. Today is Friday. It's practice. Let me just quickly check the time just in case they've stopped practice. How much battery do we have? 57%. That's good. Can somebody tell me the time? I can't see what time it is. But the judges are walking towards the pit setup, which makes me think that they might have stopped practice for a little bit. Maybe for a quick break. I don't know. But don't go anywhere because we'll do a pit walkthrough. If practice has finished, we'll definitely go and see the drivers. I see some of the cars have gone into the pits now. Peter's in the pits. I can't see anyone in the burnout box. That's what makes me think that... I wonder if there's anyone here. The best people to ask are the drone pilots, because they know, they can see everywhere. Guys, are there people on the start? Yes. Ah, there are? Okay, perfect. Yep, we're going into the next run now. We've got Bambos Nicolau with his BMW LS powered coming round, filling out of zone 2. No, he's not deep enough. Transitioning into zone 3, a little bit too late, but picks up out of zone 4 quite nice. Staying deep, he shallows it a little bit towards the end and picks it up right on the cone. Transitions through zone 5, could be way deeper for zone 5, at least a meter deeper into the zone. I wish we could paint the clipping boxes on the floor so we can see exactly how deep the drivers are getting into the zones. But we're not allowed to do this at this track because we have a lot of motorbike schools. Let's just see Wax's run. Holding the line, trying to fill out of zone 4, but doesn't quite make it in. He's scrubbed a little bit too much speed. So at this racetrack at Akhna Speedway, the reason why we can't draw the boxes on the clipping zones is because we have many motorbike schools here. And the paint can get quite slippery for them when they drive. And we don't really want to fill up all of the track full of like semi-faded boxes. Christantopoulos transitioning, but a bit too slow, doesn't have enough speed, hits the no-hit zone on outer zone 4. Not enough speed to fill it out, but pushes the car for 5 and 6. Marshall going out to put the no-hit zone back. If it's 130 there, it's 330 in Cyprus. Peter going up to the start line again. Just wait a little bit until the next run. We could go up to the top where the judges are, but I would have liked to have asked permission before I go up there because there's quite a lot of equipment on the top floor. Bambos, Halalambos coming to out of zone 2, but needs at least 80 centimeters to be deeper in that zone. A little tap of the handbrake to fill out of zone 4 from the beginning. Running out of zone 4 all the way around. Very nice here from Halalambos. Could have been 20 centimeters deeper for zone 5, and I can't really tell what happened on zone 6, but out of zone 2 he could have been way deeper than that. If you don't run out of zone 2 to the maximum, you won't have enough speed to flick it for 3 and then get all the way to zone 4. Kostas Sparsis needs to be deeper in zone 2. As you see, hasn't got enough speed for zone 3, tapping the handbrake and the car almost scrubbing all of its speed. Shallows up for zone 4. Transitions. Needs to be in deeper in zone 5 and a little bit deeper in zone 6 from Kostas Sparsis from LC Racing with their R32 Skyline with an R34 front end. Core collapse. We've been a tiny bit deeper in zone 2, but picked up zone 3 nicely. Starting to pick zone 4 from the beginning. Pushing the car, now comes off, slightly off zone 4. Transitions across the track to zone 5 and 6. Andri, I cannot put a camera in Christo's car. I don't have any more cameras left. They've all been broken from drifting. And every time I put a camera, it's 500 euros. So I've just stopped putting cameras in the cars. I know Christo Loizu will have his own 360 in the car, so maybe we'll get to see some of his shots. Savas SP, filling zone 2, nice angle. Scrubbing a little bit of speed though, coming off the racing line of zone 4. So yeah, if CH Loizu puts his 360 camera in the car, maybe we'll get to see a few runs at the end of the race. But since I do the live stream on my iPhone, I'm not very willing to put my iPhone in the drift car. Because if it falls on the floor, it's going to get scratched. And I won't have a phone for the rest of the weekend. Dagamura into the tire wall. We have a small accident from Dagamura. He did out of zone 3. Looked like he was very nice and deep for out of zone 4, but clipped the tires right here. Where's my finger? Right here, he clipped the back of his car a bit too deep into the zone, which threw him 180 degrees with the front end going straight through the tires. Guys, I'm going to leave you here for a second. I'm going to go help the marshals. They're on their own, and there's a big section of track missing there. God, I need a tripod. I was going to take my shoes off, but I need my shoes to go there. 1 second, guys. I need to go help the guys out, or they're going to be doing tires for the whole day. Just need to find something I can pop you guys in so you can... 1 second. I'm going to make a quick little mount. Where are my keys? 1 second, guys. So scared this box is just going to fly off. By the time I fix my mount, they would have fixed the tire wall. There's nowhere high enough for this camera. So we'll just take our phone down there and do the tire wall and help them as well at the same time. Zooming out a little bit. To be honest, by the time I get there, they're going to finish already. This is Andros Antoniou's R34. I don't think he's competing this weekend. Get the ones that are all together first. It's very hard to do this one hand, to be honest, but if I can pass them to the marshals. We do all of this for drifting. Very hard to do this one-handed. Where are the rest of the tires? Oh. With the tires, bro, yeah. We put a concrete wall next year. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit out of breath to talk as well. Oh, I'm exhausted. I'm not built for this shit anymore. Holy shit. Woo. Let's fix these so they don't look like shit. That's finished. Holy crap. Whew. Fucking exhausted. Someone's S15 light cover here. I bet you it's Alexis Harris. Oh no, I think it's Pork Labs. Yeah, not Pork Labs, what am I talking about? Must be Peter's. I'll put this with a pile of other parts that are over there. Holy crap, I'm out of breath. Oh. Drift life! That's the shitty thing about the tires. And we'll have a lot of these fixings over the weekend. It would be nice to have a concrete wall. Because the concrete wall, it can make a lot of damages. But if you do tap it and stay full throttle, you can come off it. But there are quite vicious accidents that happen when there's concrete walls, as you see in Drift Masters. I need to wash my hands. They're absolutely covered in tire shit. Oh my god. I hope there's water in this toilet downstairs. Guys, 1 second, I just need to wash my hands. To the one person that's on the live stream, give a quick wash of my face as well. I'm so sweaty. Oh, I got so dirty doing that. Oh, the water smells really weird in here. It sounds like it, Craig. It sounds like it. Bloody exhausted. El Torero doing a run there. I'm so out of shape, Craig. You know, I cycle at these events, but I'm still exhausted. Easy sound in the house. Red Bull. No, bro, I'm cool. Ayúdame. Who do we have coming around the corner now? We've got Peter. Little bit of left foot braking for Peter there, but he's back on full throttle, filling out his zone 4. Transitioning into out his zone 5 and 6. And across the finish line. Whew. Craig, 39 years old now, bro. Not the same young, fit person I used to be. We've got Pepsi's coming in, but he shut it down from the beginning of the run. Sugar Racing laughing his ass off, watching me running around like a headless chicken right then. I hope my bicycle is still there. Yeah, I should have locked it up. People tend to nick it, and I really want it because Athena Speedway is huge. I don't want to be walking around everywhere by foot. Holy, where did that box go? Oh, it's fallen out of the window. Vamos, Nicolau. El horsepower BMW. Gets onto outer zone 4, filling it up nicely, but he does come away from outer zone 4 there for a little while. Ah, there's my little box. Got my pen knife and try to cut a little hole so I can fit the iPhone in there like that, so it's standing up. Didn't work. We've got Andreas Wax. Transitions, but his transition wasn't very snappy. Didn't fly to where he needed to be to get on outer zone 4. Pushing the car though. Transitioning for 5 and 6 and across finish line. Oh, the wind is picking up in Aachen and it's like air conditioning. Who do we have coming now? Somebody's flying. Who is it? Of course, it's Alexis Harris. Filling outer zone 2, very nice. Across zone 3. Getting into outer zone 4, very nice, Harry. Keep going, bro. Coming off zone 4 a little bit towards the last 3 quarters of the clipping zone. Across zone 5 and zone 6. Very nice zones, Harry, there for zone 1, 2, and 3. The zones, you filled them up really nicely. You did a nice flick here. Maybe a few corrections just before entering zone 4. And just around this area, Harris is coming off the line a little bit. We've got Kostas Sparsis, a little bit of a slow transition there. Won't have enough speed to reach outer zone 4 for all the way around the tires. Pushes the car, tries to get there, but doesn't quite make it. Transitions, needs to be at least 2 meters more back for zone 5. Gets zone 6 and cross finishing line. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to speak tomorrow. No way. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow for the practice and be like, hey guys, we're at Aachen Speedway. Vambos Halarambos. Needs to be 60 centimeters more deeper in zone 2. But he picks up zone 4. Looks like at the beginning of zone 4 could be about 30 centimeters deeper. But as the drivers come round zone 4, the guys that don't pick up the great racing line, if they're not in zone 4 from the beginning of zone 4, they seem to be coming off zone 4 around this section. They're running a little bit of a shallower line. Basically, they're not in the clipping zone. They're coming out of the clipping zone and then going back into the clipping zone just before the cone. He did. Let's see what he does now. He has a very nice angle as he enters into zone 4. Looks like he's come away from it, as you can see. I'm just glad Peter didn't take out the tires for a second time, because I don't think I have the power to go do that again. Especially with the phone in my hands. It's so hard because I'm picking up 3 tires. Look at my legs. Absolutely minging. Σημαίνει ποιότης. Ποιο φας ποιότης έκλεις. Andreas Wax, S14 2JZ. Doesn't fill out his zone 2 very nicely, but zone 3 he flies to zone 4. Picks up zone 4 nice. Comes off zone 4 in the area that I just mentioned. Transitions, picks up zone 5 quite nicely and zone 6 and across the finish line. Some of the drivers are making the same mistake. They're coming off where the... how do you say graspedo in English? The curb, the outer curve, where it starts to become white. Let me take my glasses off. Where it starts to become white right there to around about here. Most of the drivers are coming away from the clipping point, and then they're getting back on the clipping point from around here to the cone. I'm sure that will get marked down by the judges. CH Loizu in his S13, 960 horsepower 2JZ, heading to the start line. Easy Sound's filled up the fridge. Easy Sound, our DJ here at Aachen Speedway. Official Red Bull DJ right there, Mr. Easy Sound. Gave me a really good advertisements today in the morning. We had 400 school kids come to the track. They spoke to them about safety in the roads and stuff like that. Then they watched some Lamborghinis drive around, and then they watched some drifting. They had a young child here doing go-karting as well, just to show all the different sports that we accommodate. Alektas Hasigos transitions into zone 3. Now starting to push him to get to outer zone 4, but he's not on the clipping zone. A little dab of the handbrake and you'll get back onto the racing line. Especially now during practice. Takamura, after his little exit on the track, they're fixing the car there next to the Halvoline Texaco dragster box. Alexis Harris, foot to the floor, coming in, filling out of zone 2 nicely. Transitions a little bit of anti-lag. Gets into outer zone 4 very nicely. One of the best runs we've seen so far. Alexis Harris continues filling out of zone 4 all the way to the end of the cone. Transitions to zone 5, picks that up, super nice as well. Across the line, full smoke, full angle, full speed and full send from Alexis Harris. Best run of the day so far. That was absolutely on fire, bro. You should be super proud. Continue what you're doing right now and we're going to see you in the top 32 on Sunday. Next driver coming around the corner is Neofidos Figartou, running a Mazworks SR20 in his S13. A little bit of corrections and a not fast enough speed to get into zone 4. Missing zone 5 but claiming zone 6. A tap of left foot braking. Ooh! It looks like he's gone. Did he hit it? I think he might have just missed it. No, he hit it. Down there, next to the tower of the screen on the left-hand side, it's a tower for the live stream. He's broken. I mean, he's pressed the brakes and pulled up the handbrake probably, and he has stopped at literally 1 meter before going into the towers. Wow, I can't speak. I tried to make one word there. Towers and tires together. So yeah, he stopped just before going into the tires, and thank God he hasn't hit the scaffolding there, which is for the live stream, because that would have caused quite a lot of damage for Neofidos Figartou. Glad he's okay, and I'm glad the car is okay. And we won't have any more delays. Takamura, they fixed his car so he can drive into the pits and they can have a quick look and check over of his E46 there, make sure there are no damages after he hit into the tire wall. And now we continue for the next few runs of practice today. All right, who do we have? We have the one and only Andreas Watts. Tuesday's at S14, rocking around 900 horsepower. He scrubbed too much speed there. Pushing it though, trying to get onto the racing line. Won't quite make it though because he just doesn't have the speed. When I talked to Andreas Wax in the pits today, he told me, James, I haven't put the horsepower up yet. Vai da mesa y vai gato. Ambos jalarambos. Pink BMW. Getting nice and deep into the zone now at some nice angle, producing quite a lot of smoke. He stays in zone 4, transitions across the track to zone 5, but could have been way deeper in that zone and across the finish line. Now we've got Alekos Hasikos in his E30 BMW. He comes around the corner. He's about 1 meter away from zone 2. Zone 3 could be about 50 centimeters deeper. Alekos Hasikos trying to push himself into outer zone 4, but not quite making it. A little dab of the handbrake to get onto the racing line and push himself around outer zone 4. Like to see Alekos Hasikos push himself a little bit more. He needs a little bit of work on zone 2 so that he can have enough speed to get into zone 3 and fly the car to outer zone 4 and start pushing outer zone 4 all the way on the outside line. We've got CH Loizu. Could be at least 50 centimeters deeper in outer zone 2, but outer zone 3 he got it. Pushing into outer zone 4, could be slightly deeper if I don't say so myself. Comes off outer zone 4 where I was speaking about before. Pushes the car to outer zone 5 and 6 and crosses the finish line. What do we have now? Now we have this nice wire that Easy Sense put here. It's Neofidos Figartou. He claimed the no-hits cone. So he has slowed down too much. He will not have enough speed to get to outer zone 4. I wouldn't waste the tires. Just go back up to the start and try that again. That run was a bit scrappy from the beginning. I wouldn't waste my tires after, like, he clipped the no hit zone cone and it messed up his line and he did a few corrections. I would have shut it down, driven on the racing line all the way around. Don't waste my tires that cost 300 euros a pop, and go back up on the start line and do it again. Because they're picking up bad habits running this part shallow. Alekos Hasikos trying to push himself to outer zone 2, much faster in outer zone 3, but scrubbed too much speed by pulling up the handbrake and shuts down his run. Maybe he had the wrong gear change. It sounded like he changed gears then and he was in, like, maybe he put 4th in or 5th. Is there any space in the fridge now for me to put my water? Yes, there's a hole. Now we're waiting. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to put you guys... Just stay there for 1 second. I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet. It's Neofidos Figaku and his Esther in much better run than before. Not a bad run there from Neofidos Figaku. He could have been a bit faster in zone 4, but he did do a much better run than he did before. We've got a twin. We've got Halarambos Bambos leading. CH Loizu chasing. As they go into outer zone 4, Bambos is in the zone. CH Loizu slowed down a bit for a correction there, but is hunting for his door. They transition. CH Loizu gets stuck a little bit in Bambo Halarambo's smoke and across the line. First twin of the day, people. We've got Pepsis, Panayiotis, G-Tech, R33 Skyline with an RB engine going into the track. This car is completely carbon fiber except the bonnet and the front fenders. Let's see how much battery we have. Do we have enough? Yep, we have 42%. Let's go, people. Next run, Alexos Hasigos again, pushing himself. Better on zone 3, but could have filled zone 2 way deeper. Much more speed this time. He missed zone 2 a bit more than he did last time, but he filled zone 3 and zone 4 a little bit better than in the previous runs. We wait a little bit until the next group of cars come to the start line. Not all of the drivers have practiced yet. I haven't seen all of the cars yet. We haven't seen Natalia, the Red Bull driver. We haven't seen Bartosz with the BMW, which is the most quietest car I've ever heard at drifting. He's got 2 silencers on it. He must race at tracks that they have very low dB levels. But it's the quietest drift car I've ever heard in my life. I kind of miss the burbles and the rumbles from the exhaust, but it's also quite nice. It sounds, it's like calm drifting. I've never seen a drift car before that doesn't make noise, except the electric ones that have appeared now and there, here and there. We've got Savas Ioannou with the BMW E46 with the Barra engine heading down to the start line. There's some cars in the burnout box heating up their tires as well. Καλώς ορίσατε όλοι στο live. Είμαστε εδώ στην πίστα Άχνα Speedway για τον τελικό, το Super Finals του Drift Kings που είναι Σάββατο και Κυριακή στην Άχνα Speedway. Σάββας Ιωάννου εδώ με το Barra Engine Powered E46. Έχουμε οδηγούς από άλλες χώρες, Πολωνία, Λάτβια, έχουμε τον Porkalap, έχουμε τον Bartosz με το BMW, έχουμε την Ναταλία με το Red Bull BMW, Χρυσανθόπουλο από Ελλάδα E36, Σάντρα Drift Happens, Λεβίσκας E36 και E46 και όλους τους οδηγούς από το Κυπριακό Πρωτάθλημα Drift. Πάμε για το επόμενο πέρασμα από τον Παναγιώτη. Let's go, Panayoti. Nice run there. Transitions across the track. This is the first time he's racing in Kuma. Oh, bro, you almost had that, man. You almost had that. You can see the frustration in the car. The car seems to have some engine problems, maybe. You could see his frustration. He was like, he had it. That was a nice run. If he continued it, it would have been really nice. Very ballsy to come to this race and not have done this layout before. So hats off to Bepsi's team for pushing the limits and showing people that everything is possible. We'll head to the pits after the next few runs. We'll go to the pits. I'll show you the pit setup. I'll show you some of the cars from the drivers that are from abroad. I'll just say that in Greek as well. Σε λίγο μετά από τα επόμενα περάσματα θα πάω στα pits να σας δείξω όλα τα αυτοκίνητα και τα αυτοκίνητα των ξένων από κοντά, να μπούμε μέσα να τα δούμε και τα cockpit τους, να δούμε τα μπλο, καρέκλες, τι έχουν στο εξωτερικό και μετά να έρθουμε πίσω να βγάλουμε το υπόλοιπο του practice. Let's go to the next round. Sounds like it's a twin battle, people. Let's see who it is. We've got Bambos Halarambos leading. And we've got Savas Ioannou chasing. Bambos getting onto the racing line, spinning out his zone 4 nicely. Savas Ioannou pushing his car, trying to catch up with Bambo, but Bambo is very fast. He pushes the car and goes across zone 5 and zone 6 for Savas Ioannou. We'll watch another 2 runs and then we'll head to the pits and check out the cars. How long have we been live streaming for? 1 hour and 38 minutes. I would gladly appreciate if you can share my live stream on your social media. Share the link, it's underneath the video. Just press share, copy link, throw it into your Instagram stories and I will very much appreciate it. Let's show everybody Cyprus and Aachen Speedway and the Drift Kings finals, super finals in Cyprus. I need to bring my tripod though for the next live because my hands are quite shaking a little bit from holding the phone so much. I think all the marshals this weekend are fueled by Red Bull. Just took 2 cans going down to give it to the other marshals, so they're feeling a bit more refreshed and have the energy to continue for today. Red Bull, you want to sponsor me, bro? I need to talk to Easy Sound. It'd be nice to get a Red Bull sponsorship. For my shitbox missile car, the Lexus, it is slow and I need to do 45 clutch kicks to actually pull off one of the turns. I have ordered suspension for my car now. I've ordered a set of HSD coilovers because I can't drive with blown max speeding rods in the rear and stock suspension in the front. The car is way too bouncy. and I'm scrubbing out all my speed through the suspension because it's so shot. Let's go to the next run. We've got Takamura, the oldest driver. Oh no, it's Eptigios. Eptigios with the E46 filling out his own 4 very nice as he pushes the car all the way around with some nice angle, producing quite a bit of smoke. Transitions across the track for zone 5, fills that up really nicely, and zone 6. Another great run by Eptigios with his E46 BMW powered. One more run and we're going to head to the pits. Easy να σποσάρεις με τη Red Bull για το Lexus. Να με σποσάρεις. Τέλεια, we got 1,000 euros from Easy Sound. Το Nissan μου είναι διαλυμένο at the moment. Oh yeah, we forgot, we must say this on the live stream. Mr. Easy Sound, after coming to one of the drift days and seeing how much fun we have, he's been DJing the Drift Championship for the last 10 years probably. He's gone and bought himself an S14 drift car. Hopefully we'll see him soon at Athens Speedway and we can go door to door. Maybe not door to door με το Lexus μου, αλλά... Pap, pap, pap! On the door! Πότε θα κάνεις το event του Δεκέμβριου? The next drift day is on the 21st of December. What's the drift day, you might ask? A drift day is a very chilled out day at the track that me and Avusti organized together. It's for missile cars and ship boxes. We don't allow pro cars and we don't allow semi-slicks. It's only street tires. And it's basically a group of us. We're about 30 drivers driving shipbox missile cars. They range from many E46s. We've got quite a big handful of E36s. We've got 2 Lexus IS200s. We've got a Gallant and a few other cars. We come down, we pay 80 euros and we drift the big track all day. In December, Vamos Alarambos gets into outer zone 4 about 10 meters after the first tire, but very good run, but 5 and 6 could have been deeper. And so the drift day, we come down, we have our ship boxes, we pay 80 euros and we drive the big track. Now this event in December, we're going to run 2 layouts. We're going to have the Rabbit course plus the Kuma line, so the drivers get to practice what people drive for the championship. And then at 1 o'clock, we're going to do just the Rabbit course, which is mainly that part of the track up there. And I might include the straight so we can have some nice fun mangies. There'll be passenger rides. Let's just wait for Takamaro to pass by. Oh, I get it wrong again. It's Eptigios. The car looks red from far away. Eptigios getting into outer zone 4, pushing the car. Needs to be a little bit deeper though. We do have passenger rides on the 21st of December. They're 20 euros for 3 laps of the track, or 2 laps, depending what car you go out in. But I will be giving out some free passenger rides as well. But if you ride with me, be ready to go into the dirt, because I do a bit of off-road drifting as well. But it should be a lot smoother this time because I'll have suspension. That's on the 21st of December. Now, a few cool things about the 21st of December. If you come to Athens Speedway, because it's almost before Christmas, if you come to Athens Speedway with your drift car and you wrap it in either Christmas wrapping paper or you put some Christmas lights on it, or the car has a bit of a Christmas theme, you'll get 20% off your participation fee. We're also thinking of maybe adding a clipping zone in the track, maybe a Christmas tree, that if you clip it with the back of your car, you cannot run it over. It doesn't work like that. You have to clip it with the back of the car. We might be giving away some free track day passes for future track days at Athens Speedway. We haven't confirmed all the details yet. I will confirm them and then upload them to my Instagram page. Another cool thing that's happening at the track after we watch Bambos Jalarambo's next run could be deeper in outer zone 2. Transitions across the track, scrubs a bit too much speed, but gets in. No, lost too much speed and didn't get as deep as he was before on his previous runs. The other event that's brand new is the ACHNA Drift Battles. It's going to be a challenge for missile cars only, and it's going to be a small challenge that's going to be held in the parking lot. It's by our good friend Misha that's organizing it, and he will be judging the event as well, and it's going to be in the parking lot. We're finalizing the layout now together. We're going to do a test of the layout probably next week, and once everything's finalized, you can head over to ACHNA Drift Battle on Instagram and follow the account. It's brand new. Show him some love. And we'll be announcing in the near future the layout, the rules, and everything that's to do with the ACHNA Drift Battle, which is a challenge. It's not a championship. It's just a challenge for us to have a little bit of fun. It's not a serious event. We want the drivers to come and have fun and push their skills. We have Porkalab coming into outer zone 2 very nicely, pushing the car too much angle, goes into a spin, scraps all his speeds and shuts down the run. Oh, we have actually Mikhail Smirnov is the organizer of those ACHNA Drift Battles that I was talking about you before. Kalispera Alexandre Apokridi, Πάμε δυνατά. Drift days are super fun. Yeah, you heard it from Misha himself. He's one of our loyal customers that comes down to the ACHNA Drift days with his whole group of guys, and they do some pretty crazy drift trains. The last time we had a 7-car drift train, probably the first time for that to happen in Cyprus since the opening of ACHNA Speedway, when Team Orange came out and did the same thing. Now we have Efthigio filling out his zone 2 nicely. Ooh, a little bit of a slow transition, but he gets into outer zone 4 nicely, fills the zone, comes off a little bit in the area that I said before. Transitions across the track, needs to be at least 30 centimeters deeper in that zone, across zone 6 and across the finish line. Mike, are you coming down to the track this weekend at all to watch Drift Kings? I think we should go into the pits. We'll watch this last run. I think it's Porkalab. Could have been deeper in outer zone 2. Transitions nicely for zone 3. Gets into outer zone 4 nicely, but is he going to be too deep? No, he's not too deep. He pushes, nice angle, fills outer zone 4 very nicely, hits outer zone 5 nicely, and through zone 6. That's a very nice run from Porkalab, but could have been much deeper in outer zone 2, which is that zone right there. All right, guys, let's see what Misha is saying before we head off. Yes, on Sunday, close to the finals, I will come. Great. Can't wait to see you, bro. I wonder why I get all of the chats is twice. Maybe I'm getting it once from Streamlabs and then once from YouTube. Let's head into the pits. And then for the rest of the videos, I'll film them from the wall where you can actually... We're very close to the action there. Just filmed this last run. Kostas Patsis transitions into zone 3, doesn't quite get it. So he won't be on the correct line for outer zone 4. All right, let's close these windows in here because the live stream camera is in here and I don't want to cause any damage to it. Like a huge gust of wind. I mean, it's on a tripod, but you never know. I'm not willing to risk it, to be honest. Let's close these 2 windows. Let's stuff our pockets full of all of the keys and stuff I have. Power banks. Just give me a second, guys, and we'll head to the pits and check out the racing cars. I sound like a child. I'm going to leave my filters here, though, because I'll be back here later. Let's hide them behind the dustbin. My power bank. While I'm just stuffing my pockets with all my stuff, you can watch the run of, I think it's Porkalab again. Ooh, a nice fly into out of zone 4 there. Pushing the car, nice angle, comes off racing line towards the 3/4 section. Alright people, let's go to the pits. Let's have a quick drink of the water. I'm going to leave it here in the fridge, to be honest. We'll go see the cars quickly. And then we'll go on the wall and catch a few runs. I might catch a few runs on the wall before we go to the pits, to be honest. Let's head there now. Whee! Now we need to get the attention of one of the marshals so that I can cross the track. Bro, can I cross? Yeah? El Toretto! Got wires coming out of my pockets. Here, let's get... I think I can hear Alexis Harris on the start line. We'll get one run when they pass by the wall. Big thank you to the marshals of Drift Kings right here. Let's see who's coming. Sounds like Alexis Harris. It's not Alexis Harris. It is Porkalab coming around. Woo! I'm not going to comment on the zones here because I can't really see how deep they're getting into the zones. Let's go up on the Marshall Tower for now. And, oh, there's my iced tea from yesterday. I was looking for that. Let's not leave it here. Missed. Alexis Harris filling zone 2. Whoa, what a nice run. I wish I filmed that from the tower. Filling out of zone 4 very nicely, it seems. Wow, Alexis Harris' car is so fast. Wow, he was so close here. I think I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can actually see them when they pass. Can't believe I missed the dustbin from here. Let's sit down a little bit. Got this cool motorbike from Red Bull here, a sidecar. I think my grandfather had one of those. We've got Kostas Christoforou with his 2Js there. A little bit of a correction there. Nowhere near out of zone 3. Doesn't have enough speed to fill out of zone 4 as he goes around the track. Let's stay here for a few more runs because I think you're going to enjoy this more than in the pits. There's Bambos Nicolao's other car I was talking to you about. Right there next to the Evo. It's Bambos S14.5 rocking an LS engine. And next to it is Haris Perikot's Evolution, which is racing in Time Attack. And right here in front of us, we've got El Toretto's BMW E46 that's racing in Semi-Pro. Who do we have coming now? Will it be a twin? We've got Porkalab driving towards his pits. His pit setup is there. They have the best pit setup. There's no power here or air, but they can run generators. But the nice thing about this pit setup is you get to watch the race without being in the pits. You can just sit there, put a few chairs up, and watch the whole race, which is super cool. We've got Fatta in the house. Let's go. One of the first missile drivers back in the day. Stavros Fatta, he had a E46. He was joining me with the Drift Matsuri back in 2018 maybe. Oh, there we go. Another driver from Drift Day. Let's go. S13 powered. Alexis Harris going off the course there. Ooh, back on track. Doesn't seem to get any damage, but it's taken out some of the cones. Let's go film El Torero putting up his sticker on his car. This is the banner for Drift Kings that goes on the top of the windshield. El Torero is about to put it on a not very clean windshield. Let's just help him. It's too windy for him to do this on his own. From the time I haven't seen this car, we have Tofis with a 2002 Bavaria. Yes, you heard that right. That used to be a Bavaria that they've chopped it off into a drift car. It's the only 2002 that's racing in the drift series, and I think he's rocking an M5 BMW engine. We also have Andreas Wax with his 2JZ going up to the start line. Look, classic handles on a drift car. It's quite short, the wheelbase on this car, but Tofis pulls it off. He's been racing with only this car in the Cyprus Drift Championship, but I haven't seen him for a long time. Say hello to him. Tofis, galare. I love the classic handles, it's so good. Proper metal door right there. Let's get back onto the line. We've got Alexis Harris coming round after his little off the track. Fills outer zone 3 nicely. He's figured out where he needs to be for outer zone 4, and he's filling outer zone 4, 5 and 6. All he needs to do is work on outer zone 2 now. That's really cool to see. Let's go get the bicycle and go into the pits. El Torero suiting up, putting his helmet on, finding a difficulty. Let's get that bottle in. I better miss it again. That would have been a laughing stock. Let's go head to the pits and check out who's there. A quick scrutineering here for Tofis with the iPad as he checks over the car, make sure it's safe to run for this weekend. And now we're going to cycle up to the pit area, which is right here. The first tent that the car isn't in the tent at the moment is Bartosz with his BMW. Oh, they've closed off this bit. We'll cycle all the way around from the top because I can't be bothered to get off the bike and undo that gate. Around the back here, we've got some of the missile cars that you'll see at the drift day. We've got Vlad's IS200. We have Misha from Achna Drift Battle with his E46. And a couple of Hondas that we don't care about, to be honest. Alexis Harris heading into the pits right now. We're going to get out of the way just in case he's coming around here, which he is. Very nice, bro. Απλώς το zone 2 θέλεις να πάεις λίγο πιο βαθιά, αλλά το 3, το 4, very nice. His lights are falling off his car, sorry. Sandra right there. You gotta be alert when you're riding a bicycle in the pits because cars come around the corner and then you get annihilated by them. So we start off in the pits with Natalia and her Red Bull BMW that looks like it's in pieces. Oh, their intercooler in the front crash bar is off. They're probably fixing some stuff on the car. I hope she races this weekend. She is very competitive and a very good driver. We move over to Sandru's car. Like, she's racing with the E36 this race. Maybe she's just going to practice with the E36 and then race with this car in the championship on Saturday and Sunday. I really don't know. Across from there we have Savas Ioannou with the E46 Bara engine. There it is in all its glory. Looking absolutely sweet, but very powerful and has been breaking a lot of stuff for him. but he's courageous for doing the first para swap in Cyprus. So it's nice to see people using different engines and going away from the 2JZ engine setup. Kostas Christoforou with his S13 2JZ. Then we've got Andreas' Wax S13.5, which is also running a 2JZ. It's his spare car of the weekend. Then we've got Kostas Sparsis, LC Racing. We've got Hermes at the back and Kostas Sparsis just doing some fine tweaking to the engine. Car's looking very nice. Looks like they've painted new rocker covers with their famous green of LC Racing. We move over to CH Loizou Garage with his 2JZ S13. Angelos, the manager, right there, just giving us a bit of a wave. We've got Baris in the back and Hidis and CH Loizou himself. Then we've got Bepsis here with his R33 Skyline carbon fiber. Panayotis TH, he's right there with the racing suit. Then we move over to Pambos Halarambos with his pink BMW turbo-powered Pro car. Then we move over to Kyriakos Kiros Artemiou, with his E36. Kiro! They were having some heating issues. They've taken off the fan at the moment and the radiator, so maybe they need to flush the radiator or something like that. We don't know. We will find out, but we'll hope to see them in the race. Kiros is doing some really good runs and he's on point this time, so I'd love to see him in the battles tomorrow. Moving across the line, we've got Savas SP with his BMW E36 Compact, looking really cool. Sava, how you doing, bro? You're good? We will see tomorrow. All right, so he has a few problems with his differential. Then moving on, we've got Simos Tikis running a 2JZ E36. One race in Ceres, I think. If πρώτος ο Tikis σε ποια χώρα? Κρήτη? Ηράκλειο. In Ηράκλειο, he came first place with Simos Tikis. Check him out. He's got a YouTube channel. You can find him. Social tags are right there. Instagram, Simos_Tikis and Simos Tikis on YouTube. Now we move over to Sorin that had the quite bad hit on the wall. Shelebis hasn't raced in ages. He is the head of the Cyprus Drift Championship, racing a S13 with an SR20 engine. I haven't seen him race in a long time, so it's nice to see him behind the wheel. Then we have Stefan Sorin. His team isn't here, which makes me think either he's stopped practicing for the day or he's going to go and come back later with some parts or something. I have no idea. We've got Alekos Hasikos right here with Evklidis right there at the back checking everything out with his E30. Rocking about. Πώς άλογα είναι? 600? Πόσα? 1000? They're saying 1,000, but they have a smile on their face, so I'm thinking it might be a little bit less, maybe around 900 to 1,000 horsepower. Then we move over to Pambos Nicolaou with his BMW LS powered. Pambo, πώς άλογα? 700 horsepower here with Pambos Nicolaou and his BMW. Across the path we have Chrysanthopoulos from Greece with his E36 with one of the coolest liveries with a shark on the side. Nice to see him back in Cyprus. It's his second time racing at Achna Speedway. We've got Takamura in the car, the oldest drifter in Cyprus. E46 is about to go out to do some more practice. Just wait for him to reverse and we'll go see the rest of the cars. I'm going to get out of the way just in case. Then we move, we have Eftichios with his BMW turbo-powered E46. They're doing some changes to the differential maybe. Eftichio, πώς άλογα? 650 horsepower here from Eftichios. Then we move over to Tsodas BMW E46. LSX powered, turbo right there.
LS3 powered.
LS3. That's what I read it on top of the engine.
Okay.
Getting fixed up. This car is super clean. It's a very nice build. The mechanic there himself, as you see. And yeah, inside the car it's very nice. It's a fresh build and it's very taken care of. I really like this car. And Tsodas has a lot of experience in the drift scene. he used to race an S13 that is now sold and gone off to Greece. So we'll wish him luck and we'll see him for the following of the runs. Then we finish off, basically we have Peter here. They're doing some welding, something must have broken off the car, I don't know what it is. We'll have a look. I think maybe the turbo has a small hole in the downpipe, but I'm not sure, I can't really see under there. And then over here we have Pandeshas with his E36, and we have Figartu with his S13 with his Mazworks engine, holding a nice bottle of nitrous right there. Very nice setup in there, massive radiator, and his engine is by Mazworks. Now we need to find my bicycle quickly. Oh, we've got Mario's. He did all of my electrics on the rat trap. GP Auto Electrics right there. Now let's go down and check Porcolab and the rest of the guys. Oh, look at this. A Lancia Integrale. That's a very nice car. These guys aren't in the pits. CH Laser is about to go out. Let's quickly head down and check out the rest of the drivers. Ooh. Not that many spectators today, as it's a Friday and everybody's probably at work. Coming down here, we've got Porcolab Racing from Latvia. I saw them when I was abroad with the van. And he brought 2 cars with him this weekend. Both E46s. Very nice setup. And I don't know if we have any more cars down here. It doesn't look like we have any more teams. I think that's everybody. So let's head back up to the wall area and we'll film the last few runs of the day. We could go to see the start quickly just so you see where they start from, and then we'll go back down to the wall because the start is a little bit boring. All they do is launch from there. So these are the pits or Aachen Speedway. There might be a few drivers missing from today's practice. As I said, it's Friday and a lot of people are working. And they should all be down. Very nice. They should be down for tomorrow 100%. Then we've got Peter with his nice dollar suit. We've got Nadalia's Red Bull's car trailer right there. And all the rest of the people. Now I need to go in here carefully before a run starts because I'm on my bicycle. Oh my God, we have Nestoras in the house. Nestoras there, he's driving an E30 in the Cyprus Drift Championship with an SR20, I think bored out to a 2.2 if I'm not mistaken. We've got another twin. No, we don't. We've got Andreas Wax going on on his own there. So we're up at the start. We've got the burnout box over there with the marshals telling them to do their burnouts. CH Laser is actually in the burnout box at the moment. We've got the FPV drone right here in the middle, ready to take off with the drifters. Alexis Harris and El Toredo on the start line. The drone here, I hope he doesn't fly backwards into me. Hello, drone! We're ready. Let's see what happens. FPV, they're all ready to launch. I hope he doesn't go directly into the umbrella. We're waiting for the okay from the marshal. Alexis Harris, 2JZ, 960 horsepower. El Toredo, have no idea how many horsepower it is. I'm not going to talk to him just yet. Drone's gone down on the floor because he's realized they're not going to go just yet. He'll power it up. They're switching out the no-hit zone on the start line there. Let's ask El Toredo how much horsepower. What's the horsepower is it? 660 horsepower here with El Toretto with his E46. Drones up in the air. He knows more than I do. They're about... Alexis Hart is completely making me go deaf right there with his anti-lag. Alright, we're about to start. The marshal is just crossing over the racetrack down there on the start. We're ready to go. FPV doing a 360 there, just making sure that I'm not standing anywhere near him. We're about to get the okay, and they're about to launch. Let's go. A bit anticlimactic from Alexis Harris then. Now we've got Celebes going onto the start line with his SR20, S13. And we've got Tofiz with the 2002 Bavaria. We have Takamura with his E46. We have Andreas Wax with his 2JZ. We have Kostas Parsis with his R32 with an R34 front end. We have Sandra with her E36, sorry. We have CH Loizu in the house, the main sponsor of the J-Spot right here. Let's go. Car looks nice. I think he's put new stickers on the car. Looking really cool. There's the sponsor right there. J-Spot, baby. Let's go. Good luck, Christo. Have a lot of fun. Then we've got Doros Francescu with his SR20 2.2 stroker. One of the top drivers in the Cyprus Drift Championship. Alexis Harris. And we've got Pepsi's up there as Celebes and Andreas Wax go to do the first twin. Let's head down to the wall to catch some of these twin passes. All the guys are up here at the start with their water sprayers, cooling down the cars, making sure the drivers are in their tip-top condition for them to do their runs. Let's get down to the wall so at least we can catch CH Loizu's run. Tofiz with the 2002, initiating, going around the corner. Doesn't look like he has enough speed though. It is his first run of the day. Now we'll head down to the wall area to catch the last few runs of the day. I definitely am not going to have a voice tomorrow after all of this talking. Evklidis! One of my most loyal subscribers. He subscribed right at the beginning of my YouTube channel. He's been very supportive of me. It's nice to see. As we cruise down to the wall. We'll go all the way down to where the tower is so we can get a nice view. There's actually a car coming around the corner now. Let's see if we can hop off fast enough. Kostas Parsis! Alright people, so we're back on the Marshall stand. Oh, nice to sit down. I hope I didn't lose my car keys. Next car coming around the corner, it's Takamura. Fills outer zone 2. Transition's nowhere near outer zone 3, so he's only going to give a little tap into the wall. Oh no, we have to fix tires again. They're not actually that many. I'm not going to run over there at the moment. I love the tire wall. I like the way there's an obstacle around the outer zone 4, but the tires take far too long to put back every time. Thus gives us quite a few delays. Now today, because it's practice, it's pretty chill. We don't mind if there's a few delays, but during the championship, if somebody takes out all of them, that's going to be a long waiting time to get them back up again. Now the only other thing that I can think to put there is either plastic barriers that are connected together and are filled with water halfway, but the plastic barriers, when they're filled halfway, they tend to get knocked over, and that makes a ramp for the car to just fly into the second wall of tires. The only other thing I can think of is putting a concrete wall there, or not having any tires or any wall at all. Because we've run all of the championships for the last 15 years in Cyprus without walls, it's something very new for the drivers, and it's something really cool for the spectators to watch. It gives like another dimension for the drifting. Now, if they put concrete walls, I'm sure that we would have a lot of complaints from the drivers. But I think, I don't know, I need to talk to the drivers that have gone through the tire wall to find out what damages they got on their cars. But on a concrete wall like this back in the day, this wall here never used to be covered with tires. And if you tapped the wall with the back of your car and you stayed full throttle, you had a lot of chances of continuing to drift. The same with the tires. The tires, if you don't go in too deep, you do have a chance of pulling out. But the tires tend to grip up the back of the car and then push the front of the car to do a 180, and you go and you spin with the front of the car straight through. So I think it's just a matter of discussing with the drivers and their organizers and see what we can do for the tire wall, because look, they're fixing it now. It was just a small bit of damage. It was only about 6 meters of tires moving out of the way, but last year a few cars took out, I mean, like 300-400 meters of the tire wall. So yeah, we'll see. But it does add a new dimension to the drifting, because you can actually see where they need to be, because you have a reference from the tire wall. Another one of the judges there from Greece, just crossing the track there. Walls! Yeah, me and Misha, I think we're on the same page. We would kind of like concrete walls, to be honest, but I have a shitbox. I don't have a car that costs 250,000 euros. I've never been in that place of having damages that cost, I don't know, from 1,000 to 10,000 euros for bad damage on a wall, maybe even more money than that. So I'm not in the place of the drivers to actually know the cost of a damage of a concrete wall, but for my shipbox, I don't mind. Yeah, I was talking about the plastic ones before, Mike, but the thing with the plastic ones is if you don't fill them up at all, they'll have the same reaction with the tires, but they're easier to put back because they're lighter. But if they're hit in the wrong way, I mean, the tires can have this effect too. It could launch the car into the next tire wall. So it's just like, I know in Drift Masters, the walls, the concrete walls are connected together, and in zones where there's a possibility of them moving, they're double walled so that they can't move, and then they need to move with the forklift the whole wall and get it back on that point. Someone's coming around the corner. It's Sandro, but a little bit too much angle, a small correction. It pushes to outer zone 2. Transition could be at least a meter deeper. That hasn't, it's not deep enough for zone 4, and goes around. Transitions across the track for zone 5 and then across zone 6. I cannot tell from this side how deep the drivers are in the zones. Got Mr. Easy Sound joining us up here.
Τέλος, ήρθα εδώ drift. Είναι το spot που δάμε.
Ναι, ωραίο το spot.
Το J-spot.
We've got CH Loizu coming round, full speed. He needs at least a meter to get there. Oh, too much speed, and scrubs out and spins out.
Είναι καλό.
Ήταν καλό, αλλά κάτι έγινε και όχι κάτι.
Πήγε να κάνει left και φύγει το λίγο παραπάνω. Γίναμε και του left.
We've got Chelebis taking out the outer, taking out the first no-hit cone. Doesn't fill up the other two spaces, pushing the car, but to be fair, Chelebis has not practiced at all this year. Chelebis is the head of the Cyprus Drift Championship, so during the races, he's organizing the events. He hasn't driven in, I don't know how many years.
3 years.
3 years he hasn't driven, so we're not going to be too hard on Chelebis. He needs to get back into practicing and feeling his SR20, S13. He's just here to have a bit of fun because he's not one of the organizers on this race. It's the Motorsport Federation. Zoros Francesco. Nowhere near Zone 3, but it's his first run of the day as he powers through outer Zone 4, but needs to be way deeper than that. As I said before, if you mess up 2 and you don't get a good flick on Zone 3 to fly all the way to Zone 4, you're going to mess up your line. So needs a lot of concentration, this track. It's technical. You need to push your car to the outer zone. This layout here is loads of semi-slick on the ground. Costas Patsis. So like as you see, the track is quite black there, but if you go to like that area, from there all the way round to the edge, the outer part of the track is full of semi-slick on the floor, so it's very grippy there. We've got El Toretto, 660 horsepower BMW E46 in semi-pro, clutch picks it for the rest of Zone 4, transitions for Zone 5, across the track again for Zone 6, a little bit of the handbrake and across the finish line. Who do we have now? We've got Takamura. Killed outer Zone 3, nice, got into outer Zone 4 from the beginning of the point, comes away on the zone that I told you, in this zone right here. From here to here, the drivers are coming off a little bit from the outside line, and the massive Zone 4 is all the way around the tires until the first cone that you see. Oh, Mr. Porkalab. Ναι. Τούτος είναι που Λάτβια, οξά είναι που άλλη χώρα. Χάγκαρι, ναι ρε, Χάγκαρι. Είδαμε τον στη Λάτβια. Επειδή να πας στο highway, θωρώ το van του. Άρα ρε, μα είναι στα McDonald's τούτος και τρώει, πρέπει να πάω να του πω ένα hello. In the middle of Latvia, in some service station, very random. We've got Pepsi's doing a backside entry and going straight into the gravel over there. Pepsi's first time doing the Kuma line, and especially added stress, it's Drift Kings. Oh yeah, baby!
Maybe they are going for
Twin, maybe, yeah. Ma τι έπαθεν ο σκήτερε, κολλούσαν κάτι πας στο αυτοκίνητο, εξώς. Κάτι που κάτω πας στο downpipe. Waiting for the next run, we can hear the car spooling up, coming down, they initiate. It's Bandai chassis, shut down the run. Went straight into the tires. He managed to shut it down and saved it before he hit the tire wall.
A lot of time to race.
No, a lot of time to race. Like maybe 2 years.
No, he ran
last year
for sure, and won the first race, I think.
And hope we don't get a copyright strike because of the music that Easy Sound's chosen to play today. That's the only bad thing about filming from here, is getting a copyright strike on the live. I think I might go inside just so that I don't get one. Because in Drift Masters, I got a copyright strike on the music they were playing at the event. I'll ask to cross the track on the next time. Kyriakos Marios Sodas with his E46. Gets into out of zone 4, nice. Pushes the car around the track. Very nice run there from
Alexi! Now why stop?
Alexis Hari's here on the start line, ready to go up. That's not Alexi Hari, that's Simos Tikis. Simos Tikis about to test drive Alexis Hari's car. Brum, 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 brum. He stalls it a little bit. Yeah. Crossing the track now as the drivers are going in. And we'll go up to the tower so we don't get a copyright strike from the music. I can't afford these copyright strikes on YouTube because they cut out a huge segment from my live, like Drift Masters. They cut out an hour of my live. So we don't want that to happen again. Let's go up to our station. Sounds like Coffee's, yeah. The 2002 Bavaria going around the track right now. Oh, home sweet home. Let's open the windows, get some airflow in here because it's boiling. Tofi's hitting the no-hit cone right there. Marshall putting it back. Let's see what we're doing for battery. 14%, guys. The live's not going to last much longer. My power bank is out of juice as well. I'll try and plug it in, see if we can get the last few percent back up on the phone. Oh God, I'm exhausted.
Finally some apple juice, damn that's good.
Connected to the charger, I have one line of battery, but I doubt it's going to last that long. Doros Francescu, E30, SR20 2.2, needs to be way deeper in zone 2. He flies though and pushes the car to outer zone 4, but doesn't quite make it there. Needs to push it a little bit more so he can get all the way to the tires. Transitions across the track and needs to be at least 60 centimeters more deeper in outer zone 5. Oh, I'm getting a bit of a headache from all the smoke. Oh, it's so cold. CH Loizo coming in with too much angle and scrubbing all of his speed, shuts down the run. Handbrakes though in zone 3 to try and find where zone 4 is. Pushing the car, he's in the zone now, pushing the car. Wow, we've been going for 2 hours and 29 minutes of me talking non-stop. You're probably sick and tired of me talking. Pokalab fills outer zone 2 perfectly. Into zone 3, perfect. Needs to get into outer zone 4 at 5 meters before. Fills outer zone 4. Outer zone 5 could have been 20 centimeters deeper. Zone 6 I can't see. Basically, Porkalab got into the zone about 5 meters after the beginning of the first tire. So if he just needs to calculate it, fly a little bit deeper, and he's got the perfect line around outer zone 4. We've got Chelevis transitioning. Not enough speed to get to outer zone 4 as he powers the clutch kicks. Gets out of zone 5 and 6 nicely. Could have been a bit more angle through zone 6, but it's quite fast through zone 6. Guys, I'm just putting you here for 2 seconds. I want to wash my hands. It's heated. Could have been deeper in zone 4. Kostas Christoforou gets a nice line on zone 1 and 2, but throws off with a bit of corrections on zone 3 and messes up zone 4. Misses zone 5, and with quite a long hold on the handbrake, he claims zone 6. No corrections. She powers into zone 4, misses the first 5 meters, but gets in it, comes off a little bit towards the 3/4 mark of zone 4. Through zone 5 and zone 6, she gets them perfectly. It seems to be a weakness for a few of the drivers. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. This section here, where the white begins off the curb there to around about here, some of the drivers are coming off zone 4. I'm sure they're going to get marked down for that. So, yeah, try to keep it in the zone for the entire... This is Simos Tik. He's driving Alexis Harris' car. He's testing something out. Bloody hell, listen to that car. Brr, brr, brr. I love it so much. Brr. So Simos Tikis was driving Alexis Harris' car then. Very rarely do you see other people drive other people's cars in Cyprus. He wants to test something out. Porkalab transitions through zone 3, gets in nicely, gets into zone 4 from the beginning. Powers through, lots of angle, lots of speed, lots of smoke. He transitions across the track, gets zone 5 perfectly. And zone 6, another great run. Definitely goes into some of the top runs of the day from Peter Pokarab with his E46. We've got Chrysanthos E36, a little dab on the handbrake, that's scrubbing his speed. Big clutch kick there to chuck some angle in, but comes off the racing line. A little bit scrappy run there from Chrysanthopoulos. We saw some much better runs before. About an hour ago, Chrysanthopoulos pulled off a really nice run. Kostas Christoforou needs to get into zone 2. He was completely far away from it. Trying to get onto zone 4. Now he's in zone 4, fighting to keep the car there. Transitions across the track, needs to get closer for zone 5 and zone 6. Needs to push himself just a little bit more to get zone 2 to have enough speed to transition across the track for zone 3. And then fly the car from zone 3 to zone 4, which is at the beginning of the tires, to power around the outside of the track. I've said that so many times now, you're probably sick and tired of hearing it. But a lot of people join the live later on and they don't know the layout. The layout is in my Instagram stories. If you go on the Instagram, and you type in at the J Spot Vlog, that's J for James, SPOT Vlog, LVLOG on Instagram, you can hit in my stories, you can find the that I did in the morning where I show it in real life, the actual layout, and then there's also a picture from the briefing room of what the judges have drawn out and shown the drivers. So you know all of the round circles in red are no hit cones. The clipping zones, I think they were in green, and I think it was like, I'm gonna make a mistake here, so I haven't really said it yet, but it was something like 40 for style, 30 for speed, and something else, but I don't remember perfectly what they were. Sandra coming round, misses a little bit of zone 2, gets zone 3, now fighting to push the car out to zone 4. She's on the racing line now, pushing in zone 4 all the way to the cone. Transitions across the track, gets zone 5 and zone 6, looking much better now. She's starting to find her pace. Chrysanthopoulos with his E36. Correction, they're not deep enough in zone 2, but flies has quite a lot of speed for zone 4, but doesn't make it into the clipping zone. Oh! Dips tire 2 times into the dirt, keeps it going though, and finishes and crosses the line, but must have completely annihilated zone 5. I can't even see the marshals down there. There's so much dust in the air. Glad the windows are closed here. Now we're waiting just a few minutes or a few seconds for the marshals to get some cones. And basically, Chrysanthopoulos took out zone 5, completely annihilated the cones. And the no-hit cone just after zone 6, he's taken it out. The no-hit cone in zone 6 is back up. But marshals are going to go and get some of the spare cones that are behind the TV screen there to replace for zone 5. As Alekos Hasikos drives into the racetrack to head up to the start line. Oh. Now we just wait until we get the okay for them to continue driving. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I think practice is until 6:30, if I'm not mistaken. And what are we doing for battery? We're around 8%. So at 3%, my phone always switches off. If the live turns off automatically, it's because I've run out of battery. I hope you enjoyed the live until that point. I won't be doing another live after it. The next live will be tomorrow during practice. And yeah, we'll film the last few runs, and then we'll tomorrow I'll post the link of the live stream on my Instagram, because I was running a bit late today when I did the live, and I didn't have enough time to share it onto Instagram so that people can find it from my Instagram account. Tomorrow I'll be doing that, so it'll be easier for people to access. But for you guys that are watching the live stream right now, make sure to hit the subscribe button and go to the notification bell and turn it on, and you will be notified tomorrow with the next live stream I do from the Drift King Super Final. Oh, it's Mr. Savas. Savas just arriving now. He's driving an E36, a black one. I don't know what engine he has in there. I think he's running a 3-liter BMW engine. All right. Next run, Kostas Christoforou coming around, a little bit of correction, doesn't make it to zone 2, transitions across the track, could have been deeper in zone 3, thus doesn't pick up zone 4. You're welcome, Craig, man. Hit me up in Instagram, bro, and we can have a nice chat later on tonight or tomorrow in the evening, because in the day I'm just running around with the Drift Championship. But it'll be nice to catch up and see what you've been up to. And you can head over after this live stream finishes and check out my YouTube channel. I need to post the next video, basically. I came back from Drift Masters and I've been so busy with work, I haven't had time to finish the Ostrava video, which I will finish it this week. And then after that episode, it will be Ferropolis with Drift Masters, which I know they're running very late, the videos. They're like 2-3 months late, but I was so busy I didn't have time. And I'll be putting some more videos. Very nice run by Sandra. Whoa, pushing the car to get into out of zone 4. Very nice run from Sandra there. She could have flown from zone 3 to zone 4 a little bit deeper to start being in zone 4 from the beginning. She got in around this point, but very well done by Sandra right there. We've got only 2 female drivers in the championship at Drift Kings. In the Cyprus Drift Championship, we don't have any female drivers. We'd like to see more female drivers in the sport. We've got Natalia from Red Bull racing with her BMW this weekend for Drift Kings Super Final. And we have Sandra from Drift Happens racing in her E36, sorry. It's really nice to see some females in drifting. Next car coming down is Kostas Christoforu again with his S13 2J. Said, push it, Costa, push it. The sun now is so low, it's directly hitting me in the face. So I can't really see the cars when they come around the corner that well. When I stand around here, it's a bit better. Alexis Harris now back into the car after Simos Tikis test drived it. And he's heading up to the line. Got all of the photographers here having a little shutdown there. Probably talking about shutter speeds and stuff like that. We've got, I think it's Ephthichios with the flashing light. Pushing the car all the way to the edge of the track, fitting outer zone 2 and outer zone 3. A little dab of the handbrake, doesn't quite make it into outer zone 4 though. Pushes the car through outer zone 4, misses outer zone 5, but gets outer zone 6 and across the finish line. We've seen much better runs from Ephthichios today. Now we have again Andreas Wax with his 2JZ. Running 960 horsepower with Alexis Harris also running 960 horsepower with his 2JZ, which is absolutely, it has the best, Alexis Harris car is the best sounding car at Athens Speedway. I love it so much. Brr, brr, it sounds so good. And he's a crazy driver. I've been friends with Alexis Harris for years now. He's a crazy driver. Off-roading as well. Chrysanthopoulos filling out outer zone 2 perfectly. First time we see him fill it up that well, but catches the no-hit cone just before zone 4. Doesn't make it into outer zone 4. Makes it into outer zone 5 though, and outer zone 6. Handbrake and powers it through the finish line. The no-hit cone is going back in by the marshals. A big thank you to the marshals today for making it be run clockwork and fixing all the tires and making sure everybody is safe that's racing in the track. Big thank you to Athens Speedway, Power Drift Club, Motorsport Federation of Cyprus, Drift Kings Mike, and all of the staff members, and especially we cannot forget the drivers and the spectators who support the sport and bring this excellent thrill to all of you guys. We've got Kyros Artemiou, he's fixed his overheating problem. Misses outer zone 2, flicks the car into outer zone 3. Could be a bit deeper now, he's fighting it, he's getting it onto outer zone 4, now filling outer zone 4 for the rest of the 3/4 of the zone. Transitions across the track, could have been at least 30 centimeters deeper into outer zone 5. Claims outer zone 6 and goes across the finish line. Glad to see Kyros Artemiou back in the car racing. They had some overheating issues with the engine in the practice earlier on today, so it's nice to see him back out there. Yesterday he came down and practiced and he was on fire. He was doing some really sick runs from Kyros Artemiou, who is racing in semi-pro in the Cyprus Drift Championship. We've got Alexis Harris coming around in the best sounding S15 at Athens Speedway. Could have been about 3 centimeters deeper in zone 2. Wasn't deep enough in zone 3. You've done better runs than this, Harris. Pushing it now back into zone 4. Transitions across the track. Could have been a bit deeper for zone 5, but claims zone 6 and across the finish line. He's done a much better run than that before. A much better run than that. Now we've got Peter with the S15 twin turbo. Transitions a lot of angle there, dips down where the track is sort of sloped. Lost a little bit of the line there, but gets back onto zone 4, transitions through zone 5 very nicely, and zone 6. Basically, when they do the clipping zone, is after the wall. You see the number 3 there. It's after 3 is the clipping box. When they're too deep, the track there, it dips down. There's a little bit of a gradient going downwards. So when Peter transitioned, he went down into that slopey bit of the track, and his front wheels, I think, came off the track for a second then, which messed up his line to get into zone 4. Chrysanthopoulos with the pinky 36. Needs to push himself a bit for zone 2, but now he's finding zone 4. Nice, but could be a bit deeper as he comes off the racing line. Pushes for zone 5 with a nice flick and nice angle through zone 5 and zone 6. But he needs to push himself a bit more to get to outer zone 2, so he has enough speed to transition for 3 and then push it out to the beginning of clip 4. Estigios, E46. Claims zone 3. Now is in zone 4, pushes the car in out to zone 4, all the way to the cone, transitions across the track, gets zone 5 and zone 6 perfectly, and goes straight into the dirt just before crossing the finish line. We have a fire! 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 I'm just shouting so that the marshals pick up the fire extinguisher and they don't run up there without them. But they're on point running towards there. The fire is not on anymore. The driver is out of the car. All of the drivers have fire gear and safety gear in the car. They have a fire extinguisher kit as well. This is what is so important. They stated it in the briefing. You never know when these things might happen. And that's why we need to be in tip-top condition when safety comes. The driver is fine. The car seems to be okay. Marshals are there with the fire extinguisher. I wonder what happened, and there was such a massive fireball. I saw it from right here. I'm glad the driver is okay. Just coming up, you can smell that something was on fire. Maybe burnt a little bit of the plastics. Oof, smells a bit. There is some smoke pouring out of the bonnet, but the marshals will not open the bonnet. They will squirt the fire extinguisher underneath the bonnet. I wonder what happened there. The driver must have hit the fire extinguisher kit that he has in the car that's on the dashboard, which is like, the car has different nozzles all around the car, one on the driver, a few in the engine bay, and maybe one on the fuel cell at the back, or a couple on the fuel cell. As soon as he hits the button on the dashboard, the fire extinguisher in the car just starts shooting the fire extinguisher liquid all through all of the nozzles. All right, bro, see you. And the driver takes off his harnesses, gets out of the car as quick as possible. Marshals run up there, take the fire extinguishers with them. They put out the fire, and everything is safe. We've got another driver going into the track. We've got Chelevis. This is the top of the Athens Speedway Tower. This is where the marshals, this is where the judges are going to be standing. Got a nice Starlink right here in front of me. So they're going to judge from up here. We've got Mike, the CEO of Drift Kings, or the owner of Drift Kings, and he's with Adam Kenmeri and the Greek judge, which I've forgotten his name. A bit of drama across the end of the live then. I'm so happy that Eftichios is okay. Alright people, so I'm gonna close the live there. I've been filming for like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's gonna take a while for them to get the car out of the track. They just want to make sure that the fire is out and there's no more danger. Slowly they're gonna come with a platform truck and they're gonna pick up Efthichios' car and take it into the pits for it to get checked over. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next live stream, which is gonna be during practice. During practice, we're going to have another live stream on the J-Sport here on the J-Sport channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Turn it on and you'll get a notification tomorrow. Then for qualifying, you can head over to Drift King's YouTube channel, Drift King's, and watch the live stream for the qualification on Drift King's YouTube channel. And then the battles on Sunday will also be on the Drift King's YouTube channel. So from me here at Athens Speedway, all the drivers, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the second practice of Drift Kings. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye and have a great weekend.